This morning, Evelyn, a 74-year-old woman beloved by her community, passed away unexpectedly. The cause? A seemingly harmless morning habit she had been repeating for years. It's something so routine, so ordinary, that most women over 65 do it without ever questioning the risk. But as we age, even the smallest actions we once took for granted can carry serious consequences. The truth is, the aging body becomes more vulnerable to subtle shifts in routine. What once felt like a minor detail, barely worth a second thought, can now quietly undermine your health. Over time, these repeated morning mistakes can gradually erode your well-being, putting strain on your heart, affecting your circulation, disturbing your balance, and even impairing brain function. And what's truly alarming, most older women are unknowingly making at least one of these errors every single morning. They're not reckless, they're simply unaware. These habits slip by unnoticed, until one day the damage is done. In today's video, we'll uncover 4 of the most common morning mistakes that may be endangering your health without your knowledge. Some of these may surprise you, others might sound familiar, but the science behind their effects will make you think twice. The final mistake we'll explore is rarely discussed, yet it's one of the most dangerous of all. It's directly linked to falls, dizzy spells, and even heart complications, and you may be doing it right now without realizing. So if you're over 65, or care for someone who is, don't miss a moment of this. And before we dive in, if you haven't already subscribed, now's the time. Turn on notifications so you never miss critical tips like these. And if you find today's information valuable, leave a 1 in the comments, just to let us know you're here and staying informed. One of the most deceptively dangerous things you can do each morning is also one of the most common: standing up too quickly right after waking. It feels natural, automatic, something you've probably done every day without a second thought. But for aging adults, that sudden movement can be a hidden hazard. As we get older, our circulatory system doesn't respond as quickly to changes in posture. After lying still for hours, blood tends to pool in the lower part of the body. The moment you abruptly sit up or stand, gravity pulls blood away from your brain and toward your legs. The result? A sharp drop in blood pressure, a condition called orthostatic hypotension. This can cause a wave of dizziness, blurred vision, or a feeling of unsteadiness in those crucial first seconds after rising. You might recognize it as that brief moment where the room seems to spin, or you feel the need to grab onto something to steady yourself. For many older adults, this moment of imbalance is enough to cause a fall, and falls are among the leading causes of serious injury in people over 70. Let's take the real-life example of Joan, a 74-year-old retiree. Her mornings always followed the same pattern. She'd wake up, swing her legs over the edge of the bed, and stand up right away. One morning, however, something felt different. As she stood, a sudden wave of lightheadedness hit her. Her vision dimmed for a moment. Before she could react, her knees buckled. Luckily, she fell backward onto the mattress rather than the floor. Though unharmed, the scare shook her deeply. That incident was her wake-up call. She realized she couldn't treat her mornings the same way she did decades ago. Something had to change. Thankfully, this mistake is easy to fix. A simple 3-step routine can make all the difference. First, when you wake up, don't sit up right away. Instead, begin by taking a few slow, deep breaths. Wiggle your fingers and toes. This gently kickstarts your circulation and signals to your body that it's time to transition out of rest. Stay lying down for a minute as you stretch your limbs slowly and gently. This gives your body a chance to adjust, reducing the shock of sudden movement. Before you even think about getting out of bed, it's important to ease your body into motion. The first few movements you make each morning can either protect you or put you at risk. Start by gently flexing your feet and ankles, moving them in slow circles to awaken your leg muscles and stimulate healthy blood flow. Stretch your arms above your head to open up the chest and engage the upper body. These subtle movements act like a gentle wake-up call for your circulation, warming up the muscles after a night of stillness. Next, instead of sitting straight up from a flat position, which can shock your system, roll onto your side. Let your body adjust gradually. Place your hands on the mattress, bend your knees, and use your arms to gently push yourself up into a seated position. Allow your feet to rest on the floor and remain seated for at least 30 to 60 seconds. This pause gives your blood pressure time to stabilize, preventing that sudden head rush that can make you feel faint or off balance. Once seated, take a moment to connect with how your body feels. Slowly move your ankles again in gentle rotations. Stretch your arms overhead one more time and do a quick self-check. Do you feel steady, grounded, clear-headed? If so, place both feet flat on the ground, use a bed frame or nightstand for support if needed, and rise slowly. Avoid any jerky or fast motions. Stand up with intention. If you sense any lightheadedness or weakness, pause immediately. Let your body recalibrate before you begin walking. This simple, mindful morning routine dramatically lowers your risk of dizziness, imbalance, and accidental falls. And for older adults, a fall isn't just a stumble. It can lead to broken bones, lengthy hospital stays, and even long-term mobility issues. Just a few extra seconds of caution each morning can be the difference between starting your day with strength or slipping into a serious injury. If you've been leaping out of bed the same way you always have, now is the time to rethink that habit. Those extra few moments in bed may feel insignificant, but they could prevent a painful accident and protect your independence. Another silent but serious mistake many older adults make is something deceptively simple: neglecting to drink water first thing after waking up. After 7 or 8 hours of sleep, your body wakes up in a mildly dehydrated state, even if you don't feel thirsty. During the night, your organs continue working, your lungs breathe, your heart beats, and you lose fluids naturally through respiration and sweat. You might not notice it, but by morning, your body is running low on its most vital resource, water. This overnight dehydration leaves your blood slightly thicker, which slows down circulation and puts additional pressure on your cardiovascular system. If this becomes a regular habit, it can quietly raise your risk for issues like elevated blood pressure, sluggish blood flow, and in more serious cases, even heart complications. Think about how you feel when you first wake up: dry mouth, stiff joints, low energy, or that groggy, foggy-headed sensation. These are not just signs of sleepiness. They're often subtle indicators that your body is craving hydration. And if your first drink of the day is coffee instead of water, you may actually be intensifying the problem, since caffeine can act as a diuretic. Let me share the story of James, a 76-year-old friend of mine. His morning ritual was always the same: rise, pour a cup of strong coffee, and get on with the day. He never considered water important in the morning, but over time, James began noticing brain fog, headaches, and a feeling of lightheadedness that lingered through the early hours. His doctor suggested a simple shift: drink a full glass of water before anything else. Within just a few weeks, the difference was dramatic. His mind felt sharper, his energy levels more stable, and those nagging headaches started to fade away. That one glass of water had a bigger impact than he ever imagined. Morning hydration supports nearly every system in the body. It jumpstarts your metabolism, rehydrates your organs, improves blood flow, aids digestion, and reduces strain on the heart. If you deal with constipation or sluggish digestion, drinking water in the morning can also help keep things moving smoothly and naturally. If you're someone who usually skips water in the morning, start small. Keep a glass on your nightstand, ready to go as soon as you open your eyes. That one simple habit can lay the foundation for a more energized, focused, and balanced day. If you're someone who enjoys warm beverages in the morning, try swapping that first cup of coffee for a comforting glass of warm water with a squeeze of fresh lemon. It's gentle, hydrating, and can help kickstart your digestion in a soothing way. The slight acidity of lemon helps stimulate digestive enzymes, while the warmth encourages smooth circulation and relaxation throughout your body. But here's what's most important: don't wait until you feel thirsty. That sensation of thirst is your body's emergency signal. By the time it kicks in, dehydration has already begun. Your body has been hard at work all night, repairing cells, balancing hormones, detoxifying your system, all without any water intake. Don't make it wait any longer. Give it the hydration it's been quietly asking for the moment you wake up. Just one glass of water first thing in the morning can set the tone for your entire day, helping you feel more alert, more energized, and more in control of your health. If you're still with me and finding this content valuable, drop a 2 in the comments to let me know you're here. Now let's keep moving forward. For millions of people, the day doesn't truly begin until that first sip of coffee. It's a ritual as comforting as it is automatic. Wake up, brew a cup, and take that first hot, energizing drink. But what many don't realize is that drinking coffee on an empty stomach, especially as we age, can silently wreak havoc on our digestive and nervous systems. When you wake up, your stomach is completely empty. Your blood sugar is low, your digestive system is just beginning to wake up, and your stress hormone levels, particularly cortisol, are at their peak. Introducing a strong, acidic beverage like coffee at that moment can heighten the stress response, increase acid production, and leave your digestive system overwhelmed before it even gets started. This is why so many people experience jitteriness, nausea, heartburn, or even lightheadedness after that first cup. It's not just the caffeine, it's the timing. Coffee is naturally acidic, and when there's no food to buffer it, it can irritate the stomach lining, trigger acid reflux, and aggravate existing digestive sensitivities. Margaret, a 75-year-old retired teacher, learned this the hard way. Every morning, she stuck to the same routine: coffee first, food later. Over time, she began experiencing uncomfortable acid reflux, bloating, and occasional sharp stomach pains. At first, she blamed spicy foods, aging, or even stress. But after a conversation with her doctor, the true culprit became clear: coffee on an empty stomach. Fortunately, the solution was simple. She didn't have to give up coffee, just shift when she drank it. Her doctor recommended eating something light before her first cup: a banana, a piece of toast, or a handful of almonds. Within weeks, Margaret's symptoms eased. Her mornings became smoother, her digestion improved, and she no longer dreaded that first sip of coffee. Eating before your coffee not only cushions your stomach, it also helps stabilize your blood sugar, minimize cortisol spikes, and smooth out the caffeine's effects. Without food, caffeine hits your system fast and hard, causing a surge of energy that often ends in a crash. But when you eat something first, caffeine is absorbed more gradually, offering a steady, balanced lift instead of a roller coaster. If your morning routine begins with a rush to the coffee pot, try flipping the script. Even a few crackers, a slice of toast, or a piece of fruit can make a powerful difference. Not only will you protect your digestive system, you'll also avoid the uncomfortable side effects that many chalk up to aging, but are really just a matter of when and how you fuel your body. One of the most underestimated risks for older adults is waking up stiff and pushing through it too fast. Many people brush it off. Just a little tightness, they think, and move on with their morning. But rushing into movement without giving your joints and muscles time to warm up can be a serious mistake. During sleep, your body remains relatively still for hours. Circulation slows, synovial fluid production, the natural lubricant in your joints, decreases, and muscles become less responsive. This stiffness is more than just an inconvenience. It's a signal that your body needs time to loosen up and regain mobility before handling weight, pressure, or sudden movements. For adults over 70, whose joints may already be more fragile and whose balance is more delicate, ignoring this signal can lead to pulled muscles, sharp joint pain, and worst of all, falls. A wrong step taken with a stiff ankle or tight hip can lead to a stumble that results in serious injury. Think of your body like a cold engine. You wouldn't take off at full speed in a frozen car. You let it idle, warm up, and slowly prepare for motion. Your body deserves the same care. Take a few minutes each morning to gently stretch while still in bed. Flex your ankles, rotate your wrists, stretch your arms overhead, and roll your shoulders. After standing, ease into your morning with slow, deliberate steps. Let your joints wake up before putting them to work. When you first wake up, your body is not immediately ready for quick, abrupt movement. It's just come out of hours of stillness. Your muscles are tight, your joints are stiff, and your circulation is slower than usual. Jumping out of bed, twisting too fast, or taking an unstable step without warming up puts you at risk for unnecessary strain, or worse, a serious fall. Think back to a morning when you swung your legs out of bed and felt that unmistakable tightness in your lower back, your knees, or your shoulders. Maybe it eased after a few minutes, or maybe you brushed it off as a normal part of getting older. But that stiffness is your body's quiet warning sign. Ignoring it repeatedly can lead to deeper issues over time: joint inflammation, chronic pain, reduced flexibility, and long-term mobility problems. And in some cases, one careless step can lead to a life-altering injury. Walter, a 78-year-old former construction worker, always saw himself as strong and capable. Even as he aged, he kept up a fairly active lifestyle. So when he began waking up stiff, he didn't think twice. He'd get up, power through it, and carry on. But one morning, while walking to the bathroom, he took a step, lost his balance, and fell hard onto his hip. That single moment changed everything. He ended up in physical therapy for months, lost some of his independence, and couldn't do the things he used to enjoy. All of it could have been prevented with just a few extra minutes of caution. The solution is surprisingly simple, but powerful. Before you even sit up, take time to gently awaken your body. Begin by wiggling your fingers and toes, then slowly rotate your ankles in small circles. Stretch your arms above your head and bend your knees back and forth to loosen your hips. These movements gently stimulate circulation and help lubricate your joints, making your body more prepared to move. When you're ready to sit up, don't rush. Roll onto your side, push yourself up slowly, and once seated, take a few deep breaths. Rotate your shoulders, do a light neck stretch, and pause to assess how you feel before standing. The next step is just as important. Be mindful of your first few steps. Use a sturdy surface, like your bedpost or nightstand, for support if needed. Don't rush into dimly lit areas like the bathroom where slick floors or poor lighting can catch you off guard. Give your body the time it needs to adapt. Moving slowly and deliberately not only protects your joints, but also reduces strain on muscles that are still adjusting after hours of inactivity. Morning stiffness isn't something to power through. It's something to listen to. It's your body asking for patience, preparation, and care. The way you move in the first 5 minutes of your day sets the tone for everything that follows. And for many older adults, those small mindful moments can be the key to staying mobile, pain-free, and independent. Every single morning is a new beginning. A quiet doorway into the kind of day and the kind of life you want to live. The first 5 or 10 minutes after you wake up might seem small, even forgettable. But for those of us over 60, they're not. They're everything. How you rise, how you treat your body in those early moments, whether you choose to rush or to pause, to listen or to ignore, those decisions ripple throughout your day. They affect your strength, your balance, your clarity, and your independence. And over time, they add up. They become the difference between struggling through daily tasks or moving with ease, between chronic discomfort or steady vitality, between fear of falling and the confidence to go for that morning walk or dance at your granddaughter's wedding. You've spent a lifetime caring for others, working hard, showing up. Now it's time to care just as deeply for yourself, to move with wisdom, to give your body what it truly needs, not out of fear, but out of respect, out of love. The truth is, you're not fragile. You're experienced. You're not weak. You're wise. And the smallest, most thoughtful changes can have the biggest impact. So here's my invitation to you. Tomorrow morning, before you swing your legs over the edge of the bed, take a breath, wiggle your toes, stretch with intention, drink that glass of water, feed your body before fueling it with caffeine. Give yourself permission to move gently, not urgently. And if something in today's message spoke to your heart, I'd love to know. Leave a comment below. Just one thing you're taking away from this, or one shift you're going to try tomorrow. Your voice matters. Your story matters. And you never know. Your words might be the encouragement someone else needs to begin their healing too. We are not meant to age in fear. We are meant to age in wisdom, grace, and strength. And it starts each morning right where you are now. Let's walk this journey together, one mindful step at a time.